First of all, I just want to say thanks to everybody who made a comment or sent me an email yesterday saying they're glad that I'm continuing this channel. Because I was, as I said in my last video, thinking about just not uploading anymore and letting this channel die off. So like I said, for everybody who reads my emails, who watches my videos, thanks a lot. Okay, in keeping with that, I want to give you guys as much information as possible about the pure protein diet should you feel that it is appropriate to you at this time. If you're interested in trying it, I want to make sure you get as much information as possible. Okay. First of all, a couple questions that I was asked. One question is, do you have to be on a keto diet before you jump into the pure protein diet? And the answer is yes. This is not the kind of diet where you can be like, hey, hold my beer, I'm going to go on the pure protein diet. You have to already be fat adapted. What that means is your body is no longer dependent upon carbohydrates for energy. Your body is already used to burning fat as its primary energy source. Now, if you're taking in a lot of fat in your diet, your body fat is competing with your dietary fat as an energy source. That means you will not be burning as much body fat because you have so much fat in your diet to burn. Now, if you, for a short amount of time, reduce the amount of fat that you're taking in your diet, your body will be forced to burn more body fat, okay, for energy. So you'll lose more fat for energy. But like I said, you need to be on a high-fat, low-carb diet. Your body needs to be adjusted to that before you jump into the pure protein diet. Now, having said that, I just said in my last video that I literally was like, hold my beer, I'm going on the pure protein diet, okay? I literally was like eating garbage, whatever I wanted, literally drinking beer, just right before I went onto this diet. However, I am a special case, okay? I am, if you've watched my videos, I've been for like the last year and a half, 2 years, almost always been on a high-fat, low-carb diet. My body has been burning fat as its primary energy source for a long time, okay? So yeah, I did go off a low-carb diet for a while. I did eat a lot of sugar, a lot of carbs, a lot of garbage. But in general, my body really quickly adjusts to burning fat for energy because I've been on it for such a long time. I got another comment or two from guys saying that they actually were on the steak and eggs diet, they actually were on a standard keto diet. If that's you, yes, you could jump right into the pure protein diet, okay? Now, having said that, the pure protein diet is not a sustainable diet. It's not the kind of thing you're going to go on for the rest of your life. It's just if you want to lose a lot of body fat in a short amount of time. And the way I suggest you do that is like me, for instance. I got like 10, 15, 20 pounds to lose of fat. I just want to jump on it real quick, get rid of this fat, okay, and get going. This is not the kind of thing that if you have like 100 pounds to lose, you're going to stay on the pure protein diet for a year, okay? I will talk to you about how to cycle on and off in future videos, but in general, like I said, this is only for a short amount of time. Now, how do you figure out your macronutrients? Because I also got asked the question, do I restrict my calories or do I just restrict which foods I eat, okay? I do both, okay? And I'm going to tell you right now about how I figured out my calories and my macronutrient ratios for this diet. This is going to be different than it was in a previous video when I first started this series. And the reason is, like I said, this is like an extreme version of the diet. My body is used to burning fat and I just want to, just lose a little bit of weight really quickly to kind of get on with my life, okay? Because my goal is not just to get ripped, like when I went on the anaerobics diet, my goal is actually to bulk up, but I want to get ripped first. So, like I said, I'm really restricting my calories as well. This is the way I'm doing it. Okay, first of all, you base your calories on your lean body weight, okay? That means when I started this diet, I was weighing like, 195 or a little bit more, okay? I based my calories on a lean body weight of about 170 pounds, okay? That's a major problem that I see a lot of people having, because people will go and they'll be like, let's say we have 3 people, okay? One guy weighs 250 pounds and 2 other guys weigh 200 pounds. Now, you would think, like, standard like dietary wisdom would be the guy who weighs 250 pounds figures out his calories, his macros based upon a 250-pound body weight, and the other two guys figure it out based upon a 200-pound body weight. But that's not the way it is. Because let's say the guy who weighs 250 pounds is 50 pounds overweight, okay? He shouldn't figure out his calories for a 250-pound body weight because he's only a lean body weight of 200 pounds. He needs to figure out how many calories he needs for weighing 200, even though he weighs 250, because like I said, he's got 50 pounds of body fat. That would be like a 200-pound guy putting on a 50-pound weight vest, stepping on the scale, and being like, oh, well, I need to, figure out my macros for a 250-pound guy. No, you're still 200 pounds. Whether you're wearing a weight vest that weighs 50 pounds or you have 50 pounds of body fat on you, your lean body weight is what you need to determine. Now, let's say from the two guys who weigh 200 pounds, one of them is like very lean. Fine. Yes, his body weight is what he should be using for, figuring out his calories, his macros. Let's say the other guy who weighs 200 pounds is really 150 pounds lean with 50 pounds of body weight. So here you are with, like I said, two guys weigh 200 pounds, one weighs 250. The 200-pound guy and the 250-pound guy should really base their calories on 200 pounds because that's their lean body weight, even though one of them weighs 50 pounds more. And the other 200-pound guy should base his calories and his macros on weighing 150 because that's his lean body weight. So, like I said, even though I was 195 when I started this diet, I based my calories on a lean body weight of 170. Okay. Now, how do we figure out our macros? Okay, we figure out, first of all, how many calories we need. Lean body weight times 10 calories per pound of lean body weight equals total calories. So, for me now, if I'm 170 pounds lean, that means I should be taking in 1,700 total calories per day, okay? Now, how do we break that down into macros, okay? We're basically eating 70% protein, 30% fat. Your body still needs some fat, first of all, for energy. Second, your body needs some fat for just normal, your hormone balance. I don't like people getting below 30. Definitely don't go below 20 or 25% fat in your diet, no matter what kind of a diet you're on, okay? So we're gonna do 70% calories from protein and 30% of calories from fat. So that means you take 1,700 calories times 0.7 and you'll come out with 1,190 calories a day from protein. Protein is 4 calories per gram. So if we take the calories from protein we're eating, 1,190, divide it by 4, we'll come up with 297.5 grams of protein. That's how many grams of protein we need to take in a day. Now, how much fat do we need to take in? Okay, 1,700 calories times 0.3 will give you 30%. It will give you 510 calories from fat. Fat is 9 calories per gram. So if you divide 510 by 9, you will end up with about 57 grams of fat a day, okay? Now, in terms of carbohydrates, don't even worry about it, okay? Keep carbohydrates as low as is humanly possible, okay? And other than that, like I said, you're gonna be fine in terms of the calories, the carbohydrates you're taking in, okay? Just try to keep it down to 0. It's going to go over, there's always a carb here or there, but try to keep it down as low as possible and you should be fine without really calculating how many carbs you take in. So, this is what I am personally doing with a lean body weight of 170 pounds. I'm having 5 servings of 200 grams of chicken a day, okay? 3 servings of 28 grams of almonds a day as a fat source, and I'm taking 18 liver tablets a day. Normally, I don't count any, I'm not a big fan of supplements anyway, but I do take like nutritional supplements. For instance, I take a fiber supplement, which is something I do not calculate into my macros. It's fiber, okay, first of all, it's not really digested, so it doesn't really count. And second, I take it every day no matter what kind of a diet I'm on. So it never changes. I don't count that in my macros. Liver tabs, I take like 3 of them a day. I don't really count that in, although that's actually, you know, some fat, but I always take that no matter what kind of a diet I'm on. But liver tabs, if I take 18 of them, that's 27 grams of protein, about 126 calories. So like I said, that is substantial, okay? That is 27 grams of protein. It's actually like a small meal. So I do actually count them in when I calculate my macros, okay? So, like I said, basically try to eat pure protein. Okay, 1 serving of 200 grams of chicken breast is like 47 grams of protein, like no carbs, 3 grams of fat, about 220 calories. Okay, you know, a serving of almonds is 6 grams of protein, 6 grams of carbs, 14 grams of fat, 160 calories. So if I have my 5 servings of chicken, 200 grams a piece, measured raw because people ask that all the time, 3 servings of 28 grams, 1 ounce of almonds, and 18 liver tabs a day, that's 280 grams of protein, 18 grams of carbs, 57 grams of fat. That adds up to 1,706 calories, almost exactly 1,700 calories, okay? 66% is protein, 30% is fat, 4% is carbs. So it almost is exactly 70 protein, 30 carbs, okay, in terms of percent of calories I'm taking in. And like I said, you know, keep the carbs as low as possible. I mean, 4% carbs, that's not really a big deal. So in closing, yes, you do need to be fat adapted before you go on this diet. Yes, you do need to restrict your calories as well as which macronutrients, which types of foods you're eating. And another question I get a lot is the chicken, it is in fact measured raw, okay, before you cook it. That's the weight that I measure it at. How do I eat this in terms of how many meals a day? I'd love to eat 5 meals a day. I can't really. I mean, life does get in the way. And, you know, so what I do is I basically just eat 3 times a day. I'll have like 2 servings of 200 grams of chicken, 1 ounce of almonds, you know, 28 grams, 1 ounce, and 1/3 of my vitamins, 1/3 of my liver tabs in the morning. I'll have 200 grams of chicken with another 28 grams of almonds and another 1/3 of my vitamins and liver tabs at lunch. And then at night, I'll have my last 2 servings of 200 grams of chicken, my last vitamins, and my last liver tabs. Like I said, just keep it simple. And in terms of whether this diet is sustainable or not, no, it's not. Okay, this is a special diet you're supposed to use for a short amount of time just to drop weight real quickly or to get particularly lean, and then after that you need to transition into a more sustainable diet. If you have a lot of weight to lose, I'm going to explain this in future videos about how to like cycle on and off of the pure protein diet, okay? But like I said, that's a bigger topic and I'm gonna have to explain that in a video all by itself.